on Multi TV. Remember, we stream live on the internet. It's multitvworld.com/streams. And of course, you can start sending in your text messages as we talk about the Black Stars of Ghana, who have toppled Zambia at the top of Group D for the World Cup qualifiers for Africa. Now the Black Stars are on 12 points, 1 point more than Zambia, who previously were the leaders. Now, the last game in this group will be that between Ghana and Zambia in Ghana. What do you expect the Black Stars to do in this game that will be played in September? You start sending some text messages. We also got our reactions and all the match highlights right here for you. Of course, the Black Stars are going in there to beat Lesotho by 2-0 in Maseru. Very, very good achievement. And of course, we would have to congratulate the man John Boy and skipper Asamoah Gyan for scoring the 2 goals to make the Black Stars leaders of Group D. So is the qualification for Brazil 2014 on course? Some people say we're not yet there. Don't start early celebrations. Some say, well, it's already done, with one more phase of the qualification campaign yet to be completed. We'll also be telling you what is happening in the world of sport as well, as we look towards boxing, where the man Raymond Na, Commonwealth gold medalist, is back. And he has thrown a challenge to who? Floyd Mayweather Jr. Yes, you heard it. Raymond Na is throwing a challenge to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Remember that he's been inactive for 2 years, and finally he's back in the ring. He's back in the ring, I beg your pardon. He's looking real trim, and he says that he wants to fight all the big names in the welterweight division. Let's see how it all goes. We bring you excerpts of his last fight against Luis Cruz in the United States of America, together with many other stories. We also look at what is happening on the continent when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers. We also look at the way Brazil started it off very, very well and, of course, handed over the baton to Italy. I'm talking about the Confederation Cup. And, of course, it's going very, very well. Later today, we will be looking towards African interest as Nigeria take on Tahiti in the ongoing Confederation Cup. Of course, the man Andrea Pirlo marking his 100th cap, 100 caps for Italy. And, of course, the man Mario Balotelli, the drama king, winning it for Italy against Mexico in that very, very big game. Of course, Spain also made it a 2-1 win against Uruguay. And, of course, this was after Luis Suarez had cancelled a lead by the Spanish. So there is so much more here. We'll be bringing you updates in international tennis. We'll also be looking at MotoGP and the latest in there. That's the reason why you have to keep it right here. Send in a text message. Talk about the Black Stars. Talk about Nigeria, the Super Eagles, who are about to start Africa's campaign in the Confederation Cup. It's 1760. It'll cost you only 30 Ghana pesos. Let's do a round of commercials. And, of course, after that, we zoom into what is happening on the front pages, the big stories in the newspapers. This is Sports Today on the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV. Well, so we are getting into the details of the newspapers now. And on the front page of the Graphic Sports, it says, Stars back in control. It has a picture of Asamoah Gyan and John Boy. There we are. So that's the front page of the Graphic Sports newspaper. And satellites ready for World Cup. The Under-20 World Cup is coming up very, very soon. And GFA explains Kevin's late return. Chilling time for Stars is what to expect on the lifestyle page. So let's now get into the details as we look at what is happening. Before that, let's take a look at the local Black Stars playing Côte d'Ivoire in that game. There we are. And these are some of the big moments. FA Vice President Fred Krenzel there. And striker Mohamed Yakubu celebrating a goal against Côte d'Ivoire there. So the local Black Stars also getting busy with preparing for qualifiers for the next CHAN tournament. And now we go onto the lifestyle page. It's got Cristiano Ronaldo, it's got Mesut Ozil, and of course, Robert Lewandowski. Everybody taking time out to just party. And of course, a lot of the players are going towards Miami, getting some sun. and some aqua refreshing. So this is time to relax for all the big stars in Europe. And of course, this is Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, the former president of the Ghana Football Association, one-time chairman of Accra Hearts of Oak, who goes down in history to have taken major decisions to ask big players and bring young players. He says he doesn't regret his decisions, his actions in football. So there we are. And now we go to the center spread, which brings you Confederation Cup action. And this is how Brazil ensured that 3-0 routing of Japan. Remember, Japan have already booked a place in the World Cup, and many think that Brazil is gradually getting the rhythm in place. Coach Luis Felipe Scolari. Luis Felipe Scolari is now getting the good results. So there are new shirt numbers to expect at the Under-20 World Cup. And this is a story on the local page. And the vice president of the Ghana Boxing Authority is now a stool head, Nee Reginald Hansen Thompson. We say congratulations to him. And of course, the Ghana FA has also invited Coach Malam Yaya of King Faisal for questioning on that case of corruption or bribery, if you may put it that way. Okay, let's now take a look at the man, Usain Bolt, who decides to be a DJ. There we are, Usain Bolt, the DJ, having a good time on the turntables. And he has set another record in Oslo, Norway. And Sudan have killed Zambia's hopes. They are not out yet. That's a very, very big assurance, especially when they want to come and give the Black Stars a lot of trouble in September in Ghana. And of course, there we are. The back page says the FA has been explaining Kevin Prince Boateng's late return. So grab a copy of the Graphic Sports newspaper and just have a look at the details of all those stories. We go to the 90 Minutes newspaper, which has AC Milan fight KP Boateng over Ghana return. So there we are, Kevin Prince Boateng. And of course, the holidaying Cristiano Ronaldo talking on phone. And there he is on the front page as well. Let's take a look at the center spread quickly and see what is over there. Okay, there we are. Andre Ayew. It's Ayew business in the center spread of the Graphic Sports newspaper. Very submissive bow and greeting the President John Dramani Mahama during the crunch meeting that resulted in reversing the decision to play for Ghana. We also go to the Sports Filler newspaper, which says, I'm back. And panic buttons, stars take it to scary lane. Okay, there we are. And this is the front of the Sports Filler newspaper. So Kevin Prince Boateng and his daughter featured there on the front page. Many other stories inside the newspaper. Now let's go to the Ghana Sports newspaper, which says the Black Stars dream on course. Brazil stunned Japan 3-0. That's on the front page of the Ghana Sports newspaper. Remember, you can send in a text message. It's 1760. 1760 is the text code, and that is to, solicit your views on the Black Stars and the achievement of getting on top of Group D of the African qualifiers for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. Now the Black Stars lead with one slim point over Zambia, who were initially on top, and now the game has really begun. Everybody looking forward to that final round of qualifying matches from the group stage. Ghana playing Zambia, former African champions, here in Ghana, specifically at the Babayara Stadium. And, of course, a lot of drama is expected to characterize that game. But, of course, every Ghanaian would say, well, we want to qualify for the World Cup. We've already qualified for the World Cup. You send in a text message. 1760 is the text code. We'll be expecting some more of your text messages. And this is a flashback, the Michael Essien game of hope and inspiration. And Michael Essien, Florent Malouda, and Michael Ballack apparently admiring nature. A dancer obviously will flaunt everything she's got in front of these big international football stars. You only get all of that here on Sports Today. I'm expecting your text messages. Remember that it is interactive here on Sports Today, so you send in your text messages and let's get talking. In a bit, I'll be introducing to you the man Ebo Apia, who's not been here for a while. He has analysis on the Black Stars, new developments within the team, and many other stories that we have for you this morning. Now, let's go for the big highlights, courtesy Joy Sports, big highlights and interviews in that game between the Black Stars and Lesotho, which resulted in a big win, 2-0 win for the Black Stars, enhancing chances for qualifying for Brazil 2014.
What I would say is I would cherish the time that I've been given, the improvement that I see the team in at the present moment, because if you look at even the statistics, they will show you that there's an improvement in our team, and the future looks good. And really, I would live, if it comes to that, I would live having said I made a difference with the opportunity that I had been given. He had an injury before, and he's been under the medical attention. He had the attention from the medical team, and we were advised that he can play. And when we played a friendly match against South Africa, he was already under the attention of our medical department.
I think if you look at the team that we've got many of them, playing in Europe, and I would say I'll give most of the thanks to the players because when they came back home, under normal circumstances they should have been on holidays, but when they came back home, we took them, we started training, took them to Ethiopia to start our training session from there, and they've been so disciplined. Unity in camp is so high, and the players themselves are really determined, to win these 2 games. I personally take a game as it comes, and at the moment, now that we finish with Lesotho, my concentration will be on our game against Zambia. But I believe that looking at the way we're playing, if we continue and patch up some few mistakes, I believe we'll go far. I always believe that before we end the group, I don't know, for some reason I had some belief that before we end the group, the Basfor will be on top. But maybe it's come so early because, as you are aware, Zambia were leading, and unfortunately, I think they drew yesterday, and we had to take advantage of coming to the top. Most of the time, you go into a game, you put some players out there to perform, and if for some reason you think you can make a change to improve the game, it's always good that you do it. But at the end of the day, he's a good player. He was doing well, and I changed him because I thought there were some better, other players who has been on the bench and also had to give out what they can also do. Me, I always believe that it's important that all Ghanaian players make themselves available. Because once you got everyone available, it's you, the coach, will decide whether you need this player at a particular time. And it depends on the game that you're going to play, the tactics you're going to play. If they can fit in, you bring them in. But as to whether they will by all means be in, that one doesn't come in. No, I mean, automatically if you're playing away, first half you need to be very cautious, make sure that you don't, think that you can, press the opposing team because they have the crowd, they have everything, they have the pitch behind them. So the main tactical plan was to make sure that we don't concede in the first goal, in the first half, and secondly, we will rely on counter attacks, to break them. I knew Lesotho have a very good team. I mean, looking at their game against South Africa, I was very impressed compared to our game with them in Ghana. I think, as the coach said, they've improved a lot, and I knew that second half, we'll have to open up our attack and try and get, extra goal. Team, I've got a very youthful team, and what I always base my selection is make sure that every position I have 2 competent players, and for me, at a particular time, whoever I think can perform, I just bring him in. It's a matter of the team that I'm playing with. Then I look at the tactics that I want to play, and then who should start, who should come from the bench. But as to, names are good, but it depends on whether the person is prepared to work for you. That's it.
Well, Coach Kwesi Appiah there. Now let's take a look at what happened with Zambia as well. That game between Zambia and Sudan, which ended in a 1-1 draw.
Trying to frustrate the Zambia and the Sudanese. Sudan is slowly feeling the pressure, and you could see every time they handle the ball, all they think of is to clear. If you ever, there's literally no shirts up front. They're going to left one, top man, and they've piled a lot of white shirts in their own defense.
Fry Tembo now to take this one. Could this be the moment for Zambia? It comes high, Chris. Jacob Mulenga, yet again, comment the man, he has done it for a second time in succession. Listen to the noise.
fans are excited, innocent. That's what you'd expect in normal circumstances. The goal came through. It was a goal mouth, if you want to call it, because a lot of players that had a touch to it, but finally that was that creative physical with the first attempt, saved by the goalkeeper, and then look at that creativity by Mutonga, is it? It was Mutonga and kept through, headed by Jacob Mulenga and marked. Just to push Zambia first, they has the second lady there. All in just cheering up for the Polo Football Association, the president, the minister, Tishimba Kambu, all excited for that particular goal. It's doomed for Sudan.
Well then, Sudan finally. Sanga Balotia, Zambia taking the lead, Jacob Mulenga. Doing what he does best, has not had the best of games, but ultimately the job of the striker is to score. And as far as he gets the goals, Coach Hebron now will keep him on the pitch. It's a corner now to Sudan, and Zambia needs to keep a level head here. One of the true isms of the game of soccer, the moment you score, you relax and the opposition can score. And they almost did there, and they have. They have scored. Sudan have scored. Well, the referee is brandishing his card here. I don't know what it's about, but the ball really looked like it would be nice to sit on the slow, but the referee is talking.
Well, that Zambian commentator, you heard it when the Zambian goal was scored, and then you heard the variation in the pitch of the voice as well when that equalizer was scored. Apologies for the quality of the pictures anyway. We go ahead and we do some more here on Sports Today on the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV. And of course, it was Ethiopia as well stealing the headlines after beating South Africa by 2-1 to go ahead in the qualifiers.
You'd have to search hard to find a game more important to Bafana Bafana and the rest of South Africa's soccer-mad nation than the clash in Addis Ababa against Ethiopia on Sunday. The World Cup qualifier was a top-of-the-table clash between the two sides, which Bafana needed to win to leapfrog the hosts into top spot. Bafana's attack had been impressive against CAR, and they again looked to combine, to no avail though as May Mahlangu fired his shot well over. Bafana were having the better of the exchanges, which saw another effort fizz inches wide. The clash was certainly open as Ethiopia forced a full-stretched Itumeleng Kune to save, which he did well, as did his counterpart, who firmly denied Bernard Parker. Soon though, the Kaizer Chiefs man was bang on target, latching onto a long ball from distributor extraordinaire Kune to volley home one of his most important goals in the Bafana shirt. The visitors should have had a cushion goal, but Letolonyane's tame shot was easily gathered after he was played through by Simpiwe Shabalala. Buoyed by their home fans, Ethiopia made South Africa pay for that miss, Gibeto Gebede finding the net after Bafana had failed to clear. Having just come on in the second half, Tekelo Ranti was only denied by brilliant last-ditch defending after a good run through the heart of the Ethiopian defence. A busy day for Parker was to turn sour as he, trying to defend a free kick, guided his header into the wrong goal, putting Bafana firmly on the back foot. Efforts to level were not good enough from South Africa, who could have conceded another goal right at the death. The final score was 2-1 to Ethiopia, ending Bafana's hopes of a place in the 2014 FIFA World Cup.
We couldn't do more than what we've done. I think we took the game to them in all the departments. I think we're a little bit unlucky today because on the first half we had one or two good chances, and then a ball comes in and Bernard Parker, I mean, it's a miracle, a complete a miracle goal, But, I can't take nothing away from the players. I mean, if anybody watching this game will know that South Africa played with their hearts today and they gave everything they got. We went for it. We tried to get the equaliser and go from there. But, at the end of the day, they won the game and, we gave it our best shot today. I was very happy with how we played. Obviously, we were all disappointed, but maybe it was just a little hurdle, a little bit too hard for us.
They played well. We also came here, we played well. And we gave it our all. You can't ask for more than what we gave.
For Ethiopia, it's a milestone they will treasure for years to come, as they are now a step closer to booking a ticket to their first ever World Cup tournament.
It was hard for us to play very easily, but I appreciate the South Africans. They have tried, they have played a lot, and it is a free goal they gave us. Anyway, it was a nice match. We faced against a very strong team, and this is a game we are successful in.
Well, you saw the level of celebration and that goal by Bernard Parker. Well, I'll use that to welcome the man, Ebo Apia, into the studio. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been a while.
Yeah, Nat. Well,
now, tell me, Ebo, amazing things happen in football. I mean, that goal was directional. It looked very, it looked like it had a motive and everything. But it was an own goal.
That's why we call it a beautiful game. Because certain things happen in football you cannot explain. I mean, we've seen this in football over and over and again. You wonder whether he was wearing the green shirt or the yellow shirt. But incidentally, the ball went in the opposite direction.
Well, there are some more results here. And, of course, Malawi and Kenya drew 2-2. Namibia and Nigeria also drew 1-1. And Libya beat Togo by 2-0. Remember, Togo were making complaints of security fears ahead of that game. Botswana beating Central African Republic by 3-2. Zambia and Sudan drawing 1-1, of course. Burkina Faso securing that crucial 1-0 away win against Congo. Gabon beating Niger 4-1. Uganda beating Angola by 2-1. And, of course, Liberia losing 2-0 to Senegal. Cape Verde Islands beating Sierra Leone 1-0. And Morocco beating Zambia 2-0. And Tanzania lost 4-2 to Ivory Coast at home. And Mozambique lost 1-0 to Egypt. Egypt have also, shown remarkable progress, especially in these times when, there is turmoil, political turmoil in the country.
I think the wise decision for the Egyptian FA was to have brought in Bob Bradley, who also took some time to settle. Whilst their football was off, he had enough time to acquaint himself with the in and out of Egyptian football. And you can see that the fruit of that particular time he spent whilst they were off is beginning to bear fruit. I'm happy for Egyptian football because they are one of the pillars of Africa. We need to go to the Mundial with our best 5, and I'm hoping that Egypt will make it to the next round.
Well, let's see if Egypt makes it to the next round. Algeria also beat Rwanda by 1-0, improving their chances. And Cameroon and DR Congo drew goalless. And Equatorial Guinea and Tunisia, they drew 1-1, while Guinea beat Zimbabwe by 1-0. And Mali and Benin drew 2-2. So it's looking real good for Ethiopia, especially. And now that they've seen off South Africa ahead of the last round of matches in the qualifiers for the game. And, of course, the coach of Sudan is also dismissing any conspiracy theory. Many people within football circles are accusing Sudan of conspiring with the Black Stars against Zambia. But, well, they say they played their football and they were able to get their drawn result from Zambia. So the Black Stars now lead by 1 point against Zambia, 12-11. And everybody looks forward to that final game that will be played in Ghana. So you send the text messages, 1760. Send a text message and let's get talking about the Black Stars and the results. Is there any other surprise result from here that you realized? Let me know through text. Let's also focus on the Ayew brothers who are really, really keen on playing for the Black Stars, especially Andre Dede Ayew, a one-time Under-20 World Cup winner. And he is talking about playing in the Premier League. Remember, Ayew has played all of his professional club career in France, where he's played for Olympique Marseille after graduating from the club's academy. And from Andre Dede Ayew, we feature also Christian Attoh, who is on the radar of many clubs in many Premiership clubs in Europe. And, of course, Christian Attoh, I don't know, Ebo, what do you think? Is it a good time to move from Portugal?
I think his advisors will do well to plan his future, because one move or one wrong move could end the road for him. I think that he's been rushed, especially into the Black Stars, and we have not been able to get the best out of him. I'm hoping that his advisors will choose playing time over lucrative contracts so that he can get enough playing time to develop as a player.
All right, so from there we focus on a team with a lot of African presence, and that is Chelsea. Coach Jose Mourinho is warning all the players of African descent to stay away from trouble, as also black players. He says that Michael Essien and his Blues teammates should not have any race rows and off-field incidents like it was last term. So remember, Coach Jose Mourinho is also guarding against any incidents that will happen in any way. So he says that, guys, you better stay out of trouble, otherwise you're going to get in trouble with me. And this is a stern warning that Coach Jose Mourinho is giving out to his players. And that's not too surprising from a man who's known to be very disciplined and very to business and businesslike in his endeavors and deals. All right, let's also focus on Jerry Akaminko, who says he's very delighted with the season he played at Ekehizspor in Turkey. The player has also recently been a key feature of the Black Stars team led by Coach Kwesi Appiah, and is looking forward to also making the World Cup, the final list if Ghana makes the World Cup.
I think it's a good headache for Coach Kwesi Appiah to have a big pool that he can select from. I'm hoping that he bases his selection on merit and not on any other principle, that those who play and feature regularly and those who are in the best shape to represent our country be selected to represent us.
Well, so we go from Jerry Akaminko to Sadiq Adams, who is signing for Romanian side CFR Cluj. And Sadiq Adams has joined the club. Remember that he has had various stints in Europe and looks forward to getting some good playing time. Sadiq Adams, I was expecting him to have grown bigger than he is now.
Sadiq Adams is a Christian Attoh in the making, because Sadiq Adams was not guided after the Juvenile World Cup, and he went to, I think, Spain, and later ended up in somewhere in North Africa. It didn't work out. It's all about the people who are guiding these boys. It's about time that I think that maybe that third-party agency that is being held in South America, we introduce it down here, where people can take care of these boys before they actually have to leave. Because when they leave prematurely, you have premature products like that, and that it goes along to hurt us as a country.
All right, so now we also throw the focus on Uriah Asante. Remember, Uriah Asante used to play for Accra Hearts of Oak. Well, now he finds himself in Northern Africa, and he wants to win trophies big time with the club. Remember that he was unable to win titles with Accra Hearts of Oak, so he wants to do it big with Étoile du Sahel next season. Good move for Uriah.
Very good. I mean, he's a promising young lad who had not had the opportunity, so I'm praying that he can be able to use it and then blossom into the kind of player we are expecting. It's a long time we got somebody from the local, playing in the local league, going out of the league to go and make it, because most of the times they sneak them out, and then when they go, they do well. But those who are actually stars in the local league, when they move out, they are not able to do well.
All right, so from him we go to another very promising young lad from Ghana. His name is Chumesi, and I'm sure if I mention Chumesi, it doesn't strike at all. Well, the youngster has been able to win 2 times on a row the best scorer in the juvenile Major League Soccer in the United States of America. So there he is. And the young lad is scored 19 goals, repeated the same feat from last season, scored 19 goals, and he scored the same number of goals again this season to earn that accolade of top scorer. And it's just amazing that there are so many of these players all over the world, and he's a college boy, a 16-year-old.
Because we are all over the world.
And he's already talking about playing for the Black Stars anyway.
It means that his parents are imbibing in him a sense of nationalism, a sense of patriotism, where he knows where he comes from. It's good that we see them at this young age. At what age was when Rooney discovered? It's a very young age. So we need to also find them at this young age and then let them understand that the joy and pride of playing for the red, gold, green, and the Black Star.
All right, so watch out for the young lad Chumesi as he makes bigger strides, and already he's trained with New York Red Bulls and looks forward to playing for the Black Stars if he's able to steal bigger headlines in the United States of America. We move on to do some more here on the show, and we now bring you confirmations for the President's Cup competition. It's TP Mazembe and Mamelodi Sundowns. They are expected to play in the this prestigious tournament, and Enugu Rangers and Ismaili FC may not end up being the 2 foreign clubs that will compete. And this is after major discussions are ongoing in the background to see which 2 teams will play in the prestigious President's Cup competition, which is meant to honor the sitting president of the Republic of Ghana. It will be played on July 1, and it is expected that these clubs make it for this 4-team competition. From there, we go on to Accra Hearts of Oak, where the man David Duncan says that he stays put. He's right there in his position. He's not going anywhere. And this is after loads and loads of speculations about him leaving the club at the end of the season. He says he's not quitting Hearts. I think that Coach Duncan has done a great job so far.
Yeah, I'm surprised when the rumors started coming up. I don't know where it's emanating from. I think the board chairman would do well to come clean on this issue. Let us understand whether it was a rumor or something actually happened, because I think that the second half of the season, Coach Duncan has done a wonderful job with Accra Hearts of Oak. They were nowhere near where they are. And so to finish the season where they are, I think he's done a very wonderful job. And let's encourage him rather than to discourage him.
All right, so we've been telling you about the new whiz kid, Silas Chumesi, who plays in the United States of America. Remember that he scored 19 goals to win a second time running the Goal King in the juvenile version of the Major League Soccer in the United States of America. We've also been telling you about many other players. We've been talking about Sadiq Adams. We've been talking about Uriah Asante. You send a text message about all of these stories and more. Of course, Coach Duncan says that he's remaining at Accra Hearts of Oak, which is the oldest existing football club in Ghana. 100 years plus, and Accra Hearts of Oak are still looking forward to making major achievements. Of course, it's been a very tough run for Accra Hearts of Oak this past season. But Coach David Duncan has come in to stabilize a little bit, especially with the material available to him. And we go to the camp of the rivals of Accra Hearts of Oak, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who say they will contest the bans handed them by the Ghana FA for crowd violence. And, you know, this is rather interesting that Asante Kotoko say that they want to contest when, you know, there was a thorough investigation done and everything was there.
I think that we should introduce what UEFA does. You know that when you appeal and the appeal goes against you, they increase the ban. I think Kumasi Asante Kotoko deserves that. If they go to appeal and they lose the appeal, they should increase the ban. Because it's becoming of such a club. It's clear your supporters misbehaved. It's clear you were fined because of a particular incident, and then you want to appeal. It is their right to appeal, but when they lose the appeal, then the punitive measure should be increased. That will deter people from going to appeals court when they know that they are not supposed to be there, because this is unacceptable behavior from Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Remaining with more controversy in our football, and Coach Malam Yaya of King Faisal, he has been invited before the Ethics Committee of the Ghana Football Association with issues of bribery. And this story will be followed very closely to see how it ends up because there are allegations of bribery, and Coach Malam Yaya would have to go and answer some questions with the Ethics Committee of the Ghana FA. From Coach Malam Yaya, we switch to the upcoming Sports Writers Association of Ghana Awards tonight. Who becomes the best sports writer, sportsman of the year? That's the flagship award at the SWAG Awards, which will be held on June 29 at the banquet hall of the State House in Accra. The president of SWAG, Mr. Aka Anthony, has been speaking to Joy Sports about preparations for the big event.
The last time we spoke, you were telling us that you were putting some plans together to get as a special guest for this year's SWAG Awards. Have you sorted that out?
Well, we're still working that out. You know, as I told you the last time, if you remember, in the past 3-4 years, we normally keep this a secret. Last 2 years, for instance, it was on Friday, the Friday before the event, that Danny Jordan called me and said he was coming. It was the same of Jack Anuma, and a host of other. But this time, I'm sure by the middle of next week, we should be able to tell you something.
Does it not make it too challenging for you that at this time you can't confirm the arrival of whoever you have in mind?
Oh, definitely, we're good to have the person. I mean, I assure you, we'll have the person, so don't worry about that. We'll have the person, because we always have different plans, plan A, plan B, plan C, and all that. So it's going to happen, definitely, I assure you.
What's so big about that surprise element? Just let us know.
No, you see, it's interesting to have this kind of surprise thing there, that people are taking, by surprise. Hey, you see, this guy is coming. Is it true? Yes. It's happened on 2 or 3 occasions, and we want it to happen the 4th time. So don't you worry, you'll be fine.
Sponsorship. I understand MTN, by virtue of their commitment to your cause, they let it out that they were going to sign a new 3-year deal that I am told has now been put into action.
Sure, we signed it on last week. Was it last week? Was it Monday or Tuesday? Yeah, we've done that. So definitely things are going to roll out, and it's an increment from the previous one of 38,000 to 50,000 now. That's 45 cash and 5,000 in terms of their products and other things. Yeah. So everything is okay as far as the signing of the contract is concerned.
But I would want to believe that you're still pulling the strings to get a lot more corporate organizations on board.
Oh, sure. I'm sure by the middle of next week we'll have about 3 or 4 more companies joining, coming on board. They've indicated that they are coming, so we're just waiting for them.
Well, the SWAG Awards, who becomes the Sportsman of the Year? Let's wait and see who picks up that very prestigious award. We move on, we do some more, and we now focus on upcoming assignments for the Black Satellites, a major one indeed. Coach Silas Tete leading the Black Satellites to the Under-20 World Cup, and the team is preparing for the start of the tournament, which just has days to go. Goal. Beautiful goal there. 23-yarder, if I may call it that way, hitting it into the top of the net. And now we have to practice a penalty. And you are drawn back to that big final in 2009 when Ghana beat Brazil. And wow. Beautiful save there. Wow. Another save again. And Brazil beats Ghana. Well, at least it's a friendly. It's not the final of Turkey 2030. But surely the penalty, spot is something that we always need to be very alert on and we need to practice on.
I think we do even better at the junior level than the senior level. It's good we lost the pre-tournament and then we'll win the tournament. If we had won the pre-tournament and lost the tournament proper, it would have served no purpose. So I'm happy we lost the pre-tournament. That we might win the main tournament. Okay, so follow Joy Sports for all the major updates when it comes to the Under-20 FIFA World Cup. That will be played in a few days' time. The Black Satellites are getting busy with a lot of action there, playing the likes of France and Spain, and going in there to hopefully win a second title for Ghana and for Africa. This is Sports Today on the Joy Sports channel on Multi TV. Let's switch our attention now to boxing, and one-time gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games, Raymond Na, is back on track. His career suffered a bit of a jolt for some years, and in the last 2 years he was inactive, but made a big bang, made a return at the weekend in the United States of America, and says that he wants Floyd Mayweather Jr. and he wants Devon Alexander. He wants all the big names in the welterweight division. How possible is this? Well, let's take a look at how he managed to secure that very important, win, the unanimous victory over Luis Cruz in the United States of America, and what he's been saying after that bout.
There you see Cruz. This is the longest layoff, albeit only 9 months of his career. Had minor hernia surgery, so he wasn't able to get a fight in November. That was after his only career loss. Here they go, round one scheduled for 10, Cruz in the blue.
And it's going to be interesting what happens early, Kenny. Ray's got that great amateur background. He was an Olympian for 2000 from his country of Accra, Ghana. Very, very polished style and very good fighter, but Cruz has definitely been the more active of the two.
it wasn't by choice that Nar has taken off over 2 years. He's had some bad luck with fights being canceled, had some promoter problems as well. Usually, Freddie, when a guy's off for a long time, if it's not an injury, a promoter problem usually surfaces somewhere.
Yeah, definitely true.
Here's what the judges are looking for: clean punching, effective aggressiveness, ring generalship, and defense.
I want him to double his jab more and come back with a combination, and also to go to the body too.
2-year layoff, how sharp does he look to you right now?
In fact, it's been 2 years now, but we've been training constantly because we know that any fight can pop in at any time as we have this. So we train most of the time. We train all the time just to keep him in good condition.
Thanks, Asante.
All right, thanks.
What are you seeing out there right now?
Well, right now we want to work inside and move an angle. We want to move an angle because he throwing jab like. And what we want to do is go inside and work more an angle. That's what we want to see.
It seems like Ray is a more busy fighter. Are you worried how busy he is?
Not really. That's the plan. We want him to get tired. We got to connect. We got to come out with it.
Thank you.
Indio Rodriguez has been the trainer of Cruz throughout his amateur and pro career. He said he wanted us to say hi to his father-in-law, Luis Rodriguez, who is watching this in the hospital. We wish him the best. And Rodriguez, like Cruz, this is their home area. They have a gym in Allentown. They opened it up in October, resurrected it. Basically, Cruz had started there in a local gym. It had gone dormant. They'd shut the doors, and they got that opened up again after Cruz got off to the great start in his pro career. Now he's got to pick it up here in the 3rd round against Nar.
Nar's done some really good work in this 3rd round, Kenny. Cruz, for a moment, started to jab and have a little bit of success against Nar, but Nar's still controlling the tempo. But Cruz has
over 350, continues to add up.
Good overhand right by Cruz. He timed it good. Good right uppercut by Nar, coming right back.
Nar has had a counter almost every time. And Cruz gets the crowd excited with another good body shot. But he missed coming up. Round 6 coming to an end. That's a slip. A slip for Nar. He's all right. Strong round again. Cruz began his career at 16 as an amateur here in Bethlehem. Only had 28 amateur fights compared to the hundreds. That was the shot he's been trying to get in.
Very big right hand by Rhino Cruz. He timed that perfect, Freddie. He really got Cruz, really got Nar's attention right there. But Nar took it pretty good, and he's coming right back.
Nar is giving better than he took.
That was a big shot.
I'm shocked at how Nar took that punch.
And timeout called. It appears an inadvertent low blow. Ronald Cruz finally was able to unload.
Great fight, and the next one's going to be better.
The knockout specialist, Kovalev, will be in action coming up.
You like to see the fighter who's winning the fight. He's got 8 rounds in the bag. He's still pushing Cruz against the ropes and trying to land more combinations. That's that Accra Ghana mentality that Raymond Nar possesses.
Ray Nar. He said, they will know I'm back after this fight. And he's lived up to his own billing tonight, going the distance against the hometown favorite, Ronald Cruz.
Judge David Braslow scores the bout, 96-94. While Judge Julie Letterman scores the bout, 98-92. And Judge Pierre Benoit scores the bout 100-90. All for your winner by unanimous decision from Accra, Ghana, Raymond, the Emperor Nar.
Ray Nar, a triumphant return to the ring after over 2 years on the sideline, waiting, hoping that he could get a fight. Frustrated that sometimes he was ready to fight guys that did not want to fight him.
Convincing win for you, a wide win in the scorecards, but this looked like a pretty tough fight in the ring. Was it tough?
It wasn't tough at all because I watched his tape, and he's a little kid. You know, he just got into the scene, and I saw a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? I gave it to him because he's strong, you know what I mean? But I came to school him, you know what I mean? This man right here has been with me when everybody left. His name is Kwame Asante, two-time world champion. You know.
Let's take a look at.
And he helped me. And this one right here too, my manager. They work around the clock, and Vinny Scorpino to give me this fight. And I said,
why don't we take a look at some of the action? Tell us what you see on the monitor here, starting in the second round. Tell us what the strategy was.
Tilt a little bit. Can you bring it down a little bit for me? Yo, right here, man. Yo, let me see what I did to him. There you go. Yeah, you know.
Did you want to fight him from the outside?
Yeah, I want to fight him from the outside first and teach him, you know, like that, bam, you know. Man, he's good because nobody can take these kind of shots.
Here's the 8th round here.
Yeah, man. Hey, don't see me skinny, but I can pop. You know what I mean? So I gave it to him. He got a strong chin.
Well, so that's Raymond Na, used to be an employee of the Graphic Communications Group. So his initial nickname on turning professional was Graphic Pride after he had come from the amateur ranks. But now he's called the Emperor, and he's called Sugar Ray the Emperor. And tell me, I mean, this is somebody who's, walk to world championship status has taken a very long time.
Yeah, but if you heard the commentator, he said he's been on the sidelines for over 2 years, waiting to get opponents. People don't know in boxing, there are a lot of politics.
Yeah.
If you got good managers, they let you avoid certain kind of boxes.
And he's been a very big victim. And you know, the interesting thing is that the last time I saw Raymond Na in the U.S. in the Bronx was just about under 2 years ago, in December of 2011. And he had put on so much weight. I mean, I'm just amazed at how he's been able to do it.
Yeah, again, it means that those who are taking care of him plan his lifestyle such that, I mean, if they've tried in the next 8-9 months, there's no fight for him, why put him under so much rigidity? So, they relaxed, and then when they realized that a fight was going to come, they got him in good shape to fight. I'm hoping that he will be able to land a big fight, because that is all about a big fight, no matter how good you are.
Well, the interesting thing is that he's co-managed by Jacob Zuenis, who's the brother of the president of the Ghana Boxing Authority, Peter Zuenis, and also Vinny Scorpino, the Italian-American who had managerial stints with Joshua Clottey and Joseph Agbeko. He led them to world championship status. Of course, the after stories, not the biggest and not the best, but, well, Raymond Na is back. Let's take a listen to him, and he says that he's back. Let's go into the dressing room for post-fight.
PapersBoxing.com in the house. Nar, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
10 rounds. I say 9 rounds you win, maybe 1 round went to Cruz. How was your training camp getting prepared for this fight?
Training camp was good. Training camp was fantastic. You know what I mean? 2 years layoff. A lot of people thought we party, and now we don't party. It's that people has been avoiding it. So many fight, cancel. Nobody want to fight me because they said this African kid is dangerous, So that kept us from not being active. You know what I mean?
Drop the knowledge.
Always we've been training.
Drop the knowledge. Your whole career, where you from, your record, everything, man. Your amateur records. Tell the world who Nar is.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Nar is the Ghanaian Commonwealth gold medalist. I represent my country. A lot. I did good in the amateurs. I won gold medal for them. 20 years since the professor of professional boxing, which is Azuma Nelson, won a gold medal for Ghana. I broke that record, and that record still holds. And I move on to be an Olympian, right, in Sydney. And I turned pro. I met this guy right here, Kwame Asante. I always say that. You know what I mean? And this guy right here, Daniel Copson, it's good. They all help me. You know what I mean?
This is your team?
Yeah, that's my team. And they can, I don't have promoter right now. These are the people that they can reach out to. We're ready for everybody.
You can see after 2 years, everyone said he has ring rust, but he never showed that much ring rust today. He's back. You can tell he has the skill. He has a different pedigree. You can tell he's from the old school, world school in boxing. And like you said, we're shouting out there, Team Bradley, Devon Alexander, Floyd Mayweather, Imran Khan, and anyone out there who thinks there's someone at the top, give us a shot. Stop hiding behind the Iron Curtain and calling yourself good champions. We're ready to fight anyone, anytime, any day. Check it out there.
HitFirstBoxing.com. Last words for your fans worldwide, all your supporters. Give them your word to your people. Supporters.
I just want to tell them that Sugar Ray Knight is back. You know, because they didn't see me, not everything that I can tell them, but we were working around the clock. We try to lay low. Now we're back, and we want to thank them for their prayer support and everything. Now they should come out, and let's rock the world. You know, just like we came.
You heard it from the man Raymond Na. Tough talking, he does the big talk, and I'm just waiting for the day when he becomes a world champion. He surely is going to sell big time. So there he is, Raymond Na. He says that, he is ready for Floyd Mayweather. We bring you some more on that bit about fighting Floyd Mayweather, saying it from his own mouth and from his own words on Wednesday's edition of the show. We are going to do extended boxing as well on Wednesday's edition of the show. Let's now enter into athletics because, you know something? We're looking for the fastest human in Ghana. It's a new reality show project, and Joy Sports is at the center of it. Well, let's take a look at what happened at the launch of the fastest human put together by Captain Andy Sam, retired athlete, football administrator, and also Rex Broby, one-time 100 meters champion, Ghana and Africa.
I have to say divine intervention, because same thing with when I started running the 100 meters. I didn't know I could do it. As I told you, I wasn't good enough for my school. So it has to be God. I don't think I'm that smart. It has to be divine intervention.
You have a well thought out plan put together. When are we likely to see this rolling?
In the next couple of weeks, the rollout will come. We were going to have a series of launches. One of the launches being, in football, they have the prize money tour, the trophy tour. We want to start launching the money to show people we are serious and take the money around. And during that time, we will also be giving information on registration, where to go to register, and so forth and so forth and so forth. In 2 weeks, we have raised over $100,000 because they believe in the project. Everybody has been soaked with football academies, football. So it was ripe for athletics. And out of athletics, you get footballers, you get all types of people, so...
How confident are you that you're going to get the fastest young athletes, male, female, from Ghana?
You see, we are not so concerned about the time that they win coming in first. The guy who holds the current Ghana record, Leo Miles Mills, when he was in Ghana, was running 11.3 seconds. In one season, he went from 11.3 to 9.99. So what I'm saying is the talent is here. Once the talent is here, polishing that talent and bringing out the best, easy.
You need a bit of technical direction in that regard. Who constitutes your team, and how far are they going to go to unearth these talents?
The Yale Sports Center. The Yale has some Cuban trainers underneath them. We're going to come up with a formidable training plan with the national athletic coach, and after we know who has qualified, every week there are going to be 2 or 3 free sessions, Elwak, Legon, Kumasi at the stadia, and we will make noise that anyone who feels they can win this money and needs help in training, we have seasoned coaches and technical people at these avenues, at these times, go free.
Nene, tell me, what do you make of this innovation?
Oh, I mean, it's fantastic. It's interesting. I never dreamt that we can have this effort. As a matter of fact, it's one of the dreams that I have, that we should actually support the sports. It's an area that brings a lot of, I would say, attention to a nation. I mean, it's part of the tourism product of a nation. I am looking at a future where we can have facilities like we're saying the Olympic stadia, and then we can have facilities in the district where you wake up in the morning and you see people trying to train on their own to become Olympians and to become world record holders. Some years back, you went on the roads. I used to go. I mean, I was a student in Ashanti, one of the secondary schools. In the morning, between 4 and 5, and I think even now some schools are doing it. You find a lot of students who are jogging, who are running, but at the end of the day, their vision is cut short because there is no competition at a certain level. You know, if there's a competition at a certain level and corporate Ghana is supporting or supportive of those things, most of the athletes that are becoming good, are becoming world record holders in the world, they are sponsored by corporate organizations. They are displaying Nike, they are displaying Adidas, Puma, and all those things, and they have corporate organizations that they are showcasing, and so this is the time that business even can gain from sponsoring some of these events. In fact, this is one fantastic event that I believe must shake all of us or waken us up from our sleep and make certain that by the next Olympic Games, we are producing somebody that the world will say, wow. Where was Usain Bolt? Asaf Powell and all those people, where were they? They just popped up. They were training.
So that is Honorable Mike Gizzo, who is also a traditional ruler. He was the chairman for the launch, and we look forward to Ghana's fastest human. Remember, it will be here on Joy Sports. We'll follow it every single step of the way through the communities until that big check of 20,000 Ghana cedis each is handed to the fastest human male and fastest human female here in Ghana. Ebo, wonderful idea by
laudable idea, because a similar thing is being done in Jamaica, and that's how come you have all that production line. It's good to have a production line. I'm always particular about that. When you have a production line, a lot more talent can go through, and then you never know, maybe a Usain Bolt from Ghana is produced. It's possible.
Well, let's look forward to seeing who will become the new Usain Bolt from Ghana. Let's do some text messages now, which are coming through in our console. This one says, Ghana will beat Zambia and qualify, by Asem from Ho. Thank you very much, Asem, for sending us that text message. Nat, we, the entire Die-Hard Supporters Union, congratulate the Black Stars for winning us the double by beating Sudan and Lesotho from Apirigu Chakapama, the president. Thank you very much. Ghana all the way. And then this one says, hello, Nat. After beating Zambia, what next? Well, this is from Ibrahim Mboga. Well, after Ghana, if Ghana is able to beat Zambia, we go to the final phase of qualification, which will be a home and away encounter against one team. Out of that 10 who will qualify, 5 of them will be seeded and 5 will be shared amongst the teams. So it will be a home and away encounter which will finally determine who picks up the 5 tickets from Africa. Now, whenever you lack confidence in him, he proves you wrong. He is the scorer of 35 goals for his nation, the captain of the Black Stars. His name is Asamoah Gyan, my legend. This is from Nuruddin in Laura Hospital. Thank you very much. I'm happy for the return of Kelvin and the score, the beating of Lesotho, and also awaiting the match between Zambia. This is from Kofi Amwako, Bernard Achampong. Well, Black Stars has shown us the pink sheet that Brazil 2013 is on course. Striker from Shashi. Thank you very much, Striker, for that text message. Let's now take a look at what is happening in local hockey, the Jedifo Adamfo local hockey league in the Greater Accra region. There was a big match at the weekend. We bring you the highlights. Okay, so there we are, trustees versus ex-checkers of the Bank of Ghana, trustees of SNIT. And ex-checkers, the first goal scored there. So this was the top lineup played at the weekend. On the AstroTurfs of the National Hockey Pitch. The same venue that hosted the Africa Cup for Nations in the year 2009. And of course, a section of the fans there in the stands. And these look like students getting some inspiration as well. So trustees of SNIT in the white shirts and the black shorts, while trustees are in the purple outfit. No. So, Ebo, of course, with this, with the league upcoming, wow, that was a very, very serious tackle. And the umpire will get attacked for that decision. Beautiful goal there after that penalty corner. And that is the chairman of the Greater Accra Hockey Association, Frank Awuku. And obviously, there we are. And of course, you get a lot of the moments in there, a lot of the tensed moments and all in there. Okay, so there we are, the game between Exchequers and Results. These are the results. Exchequers, they lost 2-1 to Trustees. Police beat GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority, or SEPS, by 2-1. And NDK in the seniors division, NDK beat Veterans by 5-0. Wow, that was the biggest scoreline of the weekend. And of course, Multi-Sticks beat Citizens by 3-2. So Exchequers losing 2-1 to Trustees. Police beating GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority, 2-1. NDK 5-0 against Veterans. That was what we brought you, the wrap from hockey. We do some more here, and there's a lot to expect from the Confederation Cup. Remember that in a bit we'll be showing you back the Black Stars, goals, because this is by popular demand. We'll be showing you those again. This text message says, Nat, I'm in love with your suit, but Middle League without BA United is not going. Kwame Odewale in Sunyani Regional Hospital. Thank you very much, and thanks for the compliment as well. We will bring you some more. Let's do one quick commercial, and I bring you the highlights of the ongoing FIFA Confederation Cup.